just took a drink of my salt water and it got my throat. How is everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. My camera's working today. I can see myself, so I know you can see me, right? Let me turn on my little cell phone. Oh, we got to do a glitter giveaway. Hey, you guys, we forgot to do 2 glitter giveaways last week, so I'm going to do 3 today. Okay? So, let me go ahead and get my spinner. Let's do this right now for the first one. Let me flip you guys over here. All right. Let me get my phone. And we're going to spin. You guys know what that is, right? As soon as I'm going to spin my spinner and I'm going to spin the comments, everybody that was in the early bird, you guys should have left a comment to get in the drawing, right? Hi, Nicole. All right, let's spin it. Spin it, spin it. I don't want to land on myself. Don't land on myself. All right, right here. Myra. Myra. You're the first glitter giveaway. I don't know what I'm going to give you. How about a card? Actually, I'll send you an embellishment. I meant to get some embellishments when I went over to my office and I forgot. So I will send you something sparkly. Let me write up a Post-it note here so I don't forget myself. All right, Myra. M-Y-R-A. Do I have your address? Myra, I'm going to pin your message. So you won the first glitter spinner. All right, let me know if you have my address. Or let me know if I have your address. Sorry. All right, Myra, this is the first glitter spinner. I will do 2 more, all right? Remind me, you guys. I get so wrapped up in our lives, you know. I got my mind going a million miles an hour on 2 different things. Well, usually 12 different things. All right, let's put my cell phone up there. All right. Yay! All right, I see everybody rolling in. You guys are talking about prairie grass. What is that? Is that what I call weedies out in my front yard? I love my weedies. And I know right when they get above my street light, you know, one that I have in my yard, as soon as they go above that, and then they get those fluffy things at the end that are really pretty when they blow in the wind around October, then I know snow is coming. That's my winter gauge. It's my little weedies. But maybe it's prairie grass. I don't know. All right, guys. Today's a big day. 2 catalogs went live today. Did you guys know we have 2 catalogs? I know. Brand new. Finally, Stampin' Up has gotten the memo from all of us demos, right? And our customers. Look at the cards we're making today. We're going to do 2 different styles of this curtain fold. And did you guys check the newsletter out yet? That's why I was asking if you've seen the newsletter. We're going to do a quick little recap on the curtain fold, but I'm going to make it with my thank you notes. They're so cute. So I'm kind of addicted. But this was actually, I was thinking I was going to make this card with the popcorn for my popcorn class for the retreat this year. But I was really struggling with the designer paper because we really don't have any just black and white designer paper. Well, now we do with the Holiday Mini, right? So it was a little late to get this card into my class, but I got other cute little popcorn guys. So don't worry, we'll have lots of cute things to do at the retreat. All right, so I said 2 catalogs. We got the new Holiday Mini catalog, which you guys should have all got. If you're on my list, you guys, if you have not got it by now, please contact me. Do not hesitate to reach out to me. Email me here, dawn@theglitterpit.com. Email me here if you need this catalog. These do not come from, I had paid Stampin' Up to mail them to my customers, but this one is the brand new one that I was saying about how Stampin' Up is listened to or gotten the memo, I guess. This is the brand new online exclusives, and I know we've heard from many of you. I know I've heard from a lot of demonstrators too that their customers are saying it. So you're not alone. So Stampin' Up has listened, and they made a brochure that has all the brand new September online exclusives listed in this brochure. It's awesome. So not only can you see it online, but you can print it and you can flip the pages and see everything. And now I can open it and I'm not breaking the law. This is the paper we're using right here, the Modern Christmas for my popcorn. my popcorn curtain fold card. But look, everything is categorized by like suites, bundles, and then there's also standalone stamp sets. And then you can purchase everything by itself too. So if you just like the Festive Friends stamp set, you don't want the die, you can just get the stamp set. Okay? So check it out. And you print it and put it in your holiday mini catalog right here. This is how I store mine at my desk. Everything, look, I can open it. I'm so excited. So I can open this catalog, put that in there, and then I put it in my desk. So it's always at my fingertips. So both catalogs went live today, so you can check them out, place your order. Hopefully, I've heard from one of my customers, Joanne, she's having trouble logging in. I don't know what's going on. She's the only one that I heard from. Has everybody been ordering okay, like getting logged into the online site and stuff? Can you guys let me know that if you guys have been ordering okay? No problems, right? Also, I've seen some comments coming up asking if anything was sold out yet. I have not been online, except for doing orders and the 3D items, and then just getting my classes still ready. I'm still making the pillow gifts. But as of yesterday, I have one more card to make. And then I'll be all done with my 5 classes for the retreat. And they're all cut and packaged. They're right here in front of me. So I'm so excited about that. Remember, I was striving for a goal to hit that before I leave for Salt Lake on Tuesday. Now I'm trying to get the pillow gifts done. I still got one more pillow gift after the one I'm currently making. But I think that one's going to be pretty easy. So we'll see. But I'm still going to get those done before we leave. Okay, I'm just looking at the comments here. Hold on. Let me scroll down. Our moderators are not here today. You guys know one of my moderators, Irene, had her eye surgery on one eye, and then the next week or two, she had her second eye done. So now she's still recovering. She's hoping to be back next week, but I won't be here next week. So make a note. I will not be live next week. I will be in Salt Lake. We're leaving on Tuesday. Okay, so, and then Teresa, remember she fell out with her chickens a couple weeks ago? She's finally got in to see the chiropractor today. So we are kind of winging it by ourselves without my moderators. So if you see anybody, boot them out. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Salt Lake $1 Million Celebration. Yes, I hit my $3 million sales last year, so I get to go this year. It was just right before the cutoff. So I get to go this year. And there's a total of 14 of us that are celebrating either 1 million, 2 million, or 3 million. I'm going for 3 million. So there's 14 total of us that are attending the retreat. And I can't wait to hug everybody. Hi, Yoli. Hi, Carol. All right, so we got the catalogs that launched today. You guys can start ordering from all those items. Okay, this week's printable has both of the curtain folds, all right? So you'll see on the printable, it has the single fold and the double fold over here. And then there's a 2-page, or actually there's 3 pages to this week's printable. And then the products that I used, and then also this week's card sketch, number 390, which, let me show you that one up close here. So this is the card sketch. So cute. I used the festive front. Let me turn my light on. How cute is that little elf? And I think that this paper is Traditions of Christmas. But this was the bundle. This is one of the 2 bundles that I bought for pre-order. I'm still in retreat mode, you guys. But I did end up using this, so I'm so excited. I made this for the card sketch. So this was our card sketch. Pretty simple, but so cute. I gave him little rosy cheeks. And I found my old bucket of dazzling diamonds. Do you guys see that on his hat rim and his little coat rim? Probably not, but it's so cute. All right, so the printable is available. Actually, it's listed down below in the description if you want to get that. And then also the brand new September, the creativity files. This is our new 8 tutorials. This is step-by-step photos and supplies all used. I believe I counted 18 or 19 pages for this month's tutorials. All right, so you get this free with the $40 order starting on the 1st of September. And then also you can purchase them for $10.95 in my store along with that printable, all right? All right, also I want to give you guys a heads up. Richard and I have been using these cloths for cleaning all our not 3D items, but our devices and Richard's glasses. Richard wears glasses. These are we got the smallest ones here. We got these on Amazon, but his, I guess his eye doctor, right? We go there and they got big sheets of this. But they highly recommend this company. So if you want to get some amazing they're not tissue. They actually feel kind of rough when you take it out of this little thing here. Listen, can you hear that? But they're perfect for glasses. They do not scratch. And I know we've always been like a microfiber family to use for cleaning all our devices and the glasses and stuff. But these are so much better. And our eye doctor highly recommends them. So there's different sizes. I think this one is what size? Hold on. There's 286 sheets in here. no, sorry, that's not the size. Yeah, there's a lot bigger sizes. I think there's 200 and something in this case. Yeah, 286. 4.4 by 8.2 inches. I might need glasses after that. Yeah, so that's the brand. Look them up on Amazon. Really awesome things, you guys. Okay? All right, and then I want to share with you one thing before we get started. I have the Happy Mail, and I want to touch base with you guys about the Mail Mates. We ran out of lavender, but we got more. Don't worry. But we ran out midstream. So we really seriously didn't expect the lavender to be such a hit. So I want to touch base on those two things, plus the glitter spinner, all right? So remind me about Happy Mail, the Mail Mates, and the glitter spinner, all right? We're going to jump right in because I'm going to be making my thank you note card. But right now we're going to make both of the curtain folds. And I have all my pieces. Look at all my popcorns because I was designing for my popcorn class. I cut out all these extra, or these are all I have extra. So I figure I'll cut one, stamp one with you, cut it out. And then the second card, I'll show you how to build it. And then we'll just pop a popcorn guy on there without having to die cut them again, all right? So let's start with the single curtain. All right, so this is my scrap for stamping. Both cards are identical. The only thing different is that the fold for the curtain fold is totally different. All right, so let me get my printable here. Let me tell you exactly what I'm using. All right. Now remember, I know I'm charging for the printables, and I just heard Diana say she wishes they were still free. They're $3. That is a way you can support my channel, support my business, even if you're a demonstrator. But you're a customer, you can also support me that way too. The printables are $3 and you get everything. You get the measurements and everything. But in my video, I'm still giving you all the measurements and everything so you can mark it down. It's just the printable is a lot more convenient because you don't have to worry about writing it all down. You know what I mean? So there are your choices. You can still write it down. Go grab a piece of paper, write it down. And then you can also, if you want to, purchase it for $3. All right, so you're going to need both cards. Are going to be using basic black. And these are both cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, and then your basic white to go on the inside is 4 by 5 1/4, so that's the same. Okay. And then both of your Daffodil Delights, 4 by 5 1/4 for the front. And then I'm using a piece of Poppy Parade cut at 3/4. This is actually by 11, I think. Yep. And I'm just going to cut this down as I add it to the card. Okay. And then the difference with the circles, let me show you here because I did cut out the circles too. And I got some scrap for cutting out his feet and his glasses and stamping. We're going to do that first. And then I got the layering circles from the Stylish Shapes. This is the 3-inch circle. And then this is about 2 1/2, 2 5/8. And then the next size down, so this one is the 2 5/8. And then this one is about, what, 2 1/8. So this one is going to go on our first card. I think that's double cut. I found so many hacks with the die cutting. No, I didn't. All right, so those are the 2 circles we're using for the card, all right? Now, our first piece for the single curtain is cut at 4, sorry, wrong piece, 4 by 10. All right, so let's move one of these out of the way. I'll put it back in here. 4 by 10. And I've got to follow my own directions because I made this a little bit ago, so I totally forgot. So I hope I wrote my directions great so I could follow them. Right? All right, let's stamp first so we can get all this out of the way. All right, we're going to stamp with the... I got all my inks here. I got the basic black with the... Sorry, not the basic black. The tuxedo black Memento ink. Poppy Parade. For those of you that are coming to the retreat, Poppy Parade is the color we're using for all the projects. Pool Party and Daffodil. Okay? And I hope I have my baby wipe in here that's still wet. Oh my, oh look at that. That kind of did a, what did that do that? That's weird, look at that. I didn't put any bleach or anything in there. That's weird. All right, so we're gonna use that to clean out my, it's still wet. All right, let's start with our popcorn guy. We're just gonna stamp the top part of my popcorn. Here, let me take my face off so you can see the screen better. And then I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, bring my light over. Gotta make adjustments. All right, so we're just gonna stamp the popcorn. All I need is just the actual popcorn. So you don't really even need to stamp the whole popcorn piece, right? All right. All right, so we're gonna clean off that yellow. Now we're gonna stamp the whole popcorn guy. So many of you said you have this stamp set and you haven't used it yet. This is my favorite stamp set. I love it. So stamping my whole popcorn guy. So cute. And then for my pool party, I'm going to take my little circle here in my blending brush. You guys know I don't like a really stark white background on my circle. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little pool party here to my circle. Just adds a little bit of a hue of the blue there. So it's just not so white. Okay. All right. I'm going to use my Memento ink after we get back here. So let's go ahead and get my die cut machine. You have it and have used it. It's adorable. Awesome, Renee. I love it too. And our retreat this year is all like popcorn themed because we're bringing our popcorn machine that my husband got. So I had to use the popcorn, the Poppin Pop, because it's just like perfect. Plus, I made everybody's name tag with it. I just finished those off. Thank goodness. All right, die cutting out our little popcorn guy and his little accessory pack. All right, let me see here. We got 1, 2, and 2 acrylics. Let's cut our popcorn guy out first. You can tell I've been cutting a lot with this because I put the washi tape stuff for the Post-it note tape on all the popcorns. Okay, so we're gonna cut out him. He's so cute, but he's so much cuter with the glasses. Don't you think? All right, we got this right here. Just the top part of the popcorn. The yellow part, specifically. All right. All right. Here's our popcorn. All right, now let's cut our black. Oh, you know what? I could probably use this circle here for my shoes and my glasses, right? I didn't even need to cut a piece of scrap. I'll just make sure they're in the center of my circle because these are little. So just put my glasses right in the center because see, the circle is going to cover it up. Nobody's going to know, right? It'll be our secret. All right. Okay, so there's my... Woo! Don't lose those glasses, whatever I do. Don't lose them. I gotta pop out my feet. They just pop out. Hold on, I gotta pick up my glasses. Or my popcorn glasses. Ta-da! Easy, right? All right, now let me die cut out some popcorns so I can show you what I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna cut all 3 out, even though I got a lot of popcorn. But remember, these popcorns come with the 2-piece. And I showed you guys I use my washi or my Post-it note tape, and I put them together so it cuts at one time. You know, just like that. I'm gonna go back just so I can pull them all off towards me instead of away from me. I learned that trick from my husband. All right, here's my one. Pop it out. 1, 2. That one came out easy. 3. So they're all different shaped, the popcorn kernel things. They're all different. And there's faces you can stamp and die cut them too, you know, if you wanted to do that. All right, that's done. I just wanted to cut that with you guys to show somebody if they've never seen it used before, that's how you do it, all right? All right, let me move my die cut machine. All right. Let's bring our pieces back over here. There's our white and our black piece. All right, now let me glue my popcorn guy together so we can be having him setting up. So I'm going to grab my scissors, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the red popcorn topper here. Just following those scallops. Okay, so we don't need that. And then we're going to take my liquid glue. We're just going to glue the yellow part onto the red, lining up the scallops with each other with the red. That looks pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to use my tweezers to do my glasses. It's easier to hold them with the tweezers, and I'm just going to use, you know what, I know a lot of people use the adhesive sheets, but man, I can just do this glue so much faster. I don't know how you all are, but if you need the adhesive sheets, you can use them. All right, now I'm just going to dot the feet with the little dot of glue. And take your pick tool. I'm going to set his shoes in the glue. Okay. He's so cute. All right, let's set him over here. Adjust those glasses a little bit. There we go. All right, now let's get my trimmer, and we're going to score and cut. This is 4 by 10. And then we're going to, I might start on this side just because, oh wait, no, I'm going to start on this side. All right, so let me read my directions. On the 4-inch side, we're going to mark on the 4-inch side across the top of your trimmer, you're going to go into 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to use this pencil and I'm going to make a line. See, this is where my trimmer is here. So I'm making a line right in that track, right where that 3/4 is. And then instead of going right down, because you guys know I like to do it double duty, right? So instead of marking it here and then going down to the bottom here, we're not going to do that. This one you want opposite. So mark this side here at 3/4 with the pencil, and then turn it with the 4-inch side across the top and mark it again at 3/4. Okay? 3/4 and 3/4. So the idea is that we're going to cut this at an angle from that to that. Now the way you put this paper in your trimmer will matter. So this is why I say on the directions, let me see, what do I say exactly? Okay. The 4-inch side across the top, cut from the top up here in your trimmer with the 3/4 pencil mark on the left. So here's the left side, right? So my pencil mark is right here. So what, and you don't want to cut it like this. I guess you could cut it like this. Yeah, it's the same way, I guess. 3/4 inch mark right here, cut, and we're going to cut from the left down to the right bottom at that 3/4. Okay, so we're going to cut that at an angle. Okay, now we're going to score. So now these are going to be 2 pieces. Now I'm going to show you what to do with this other piece because it's not quite the same. But you can still make a curtain fold with it. All right, now along the 10-inch side across the top on the flat straight edge right here, we're going to score it at 2. Hold on, I got too much stuff over here. We're going to score it at 2. Yes, 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches, 6, 8, 8, 8, and 9. All right, so now we're going to accordion fold all our score lines. I could probably see it better this way here. Let me fold here. So we're going to fold it first back on itself, and then you're just going to start folding it accordion style. Like this here. Then the next score line's here. Very busy paper. And then this one, and then the 9. Okay, so now what you're going to see with this one is that it's going to have the little peak of gold under there because you guys can see the back side. Now, if you wanted that side, you can do that side. I think this side, let me fold the other one. This is the one we're using. So now let's fold this one here. Oh, you know what? I didn't score it. Let's score it. 2, right? 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So this is using like the second piece that you cut it, or that you cut, right? Yes, it's going to be the exact same thing. 8 and 9. So you're going to get 2 cuts to do the same curtain fold. Because there's that one. Remember, we cut it from the top left to the bottom right. And it's going to make 2 of your curtain folds. Yay! I didn't even know that till just now. All right, now what else did I want to do? Oh yeah, that's it. All right, we're going to take our Daffodil Delight. Now I'm going to flip this over. Actually, I'm going to burnish the score lines here really quick. Okay, you can flip it over. This one's actually pretty small. When we do the double curtain fold, you might want to grab some Scotch tape, but I think we're going to be good with this one. So we're going to put adhesive on the back side of our single curtain fold. You could also close up your fold lines here. Put adhesive in those folds. Okay, so fold, fold, and fold. And then we're going to take this outside edge here, and I'm going to line this right up at the bottom of our daffodil. Right there. Because I want this lined up, and then if it does hang, oh wait, we want to actually repeat, I'm going to rewind this. We want to line up this edge first, because I can cut this edge off. This is a fold, I can't really cut that edge. So we're just kind of eyeball it. This is where that Scotch tape helps a lot. All right, so I'm still going to line it up here. Right? And then I'm going to bring this over here, folding it. Because this one I want really up close to that line there. I know I'm really making this more difficult than what it really is. But you'll see when you make this card, you're not going to be able to cut this fold here. So that's why I want that lined up with that. And then anything that overhangs, like this side is overhanging now. See this on the back side? I can cut that off. But to cut the other side, it's got that fold line. Okay, so then you get it lined up exactly. And then you can go ahead and put your adhesive on here. Hold on. Just need to tack it down. Okay? Cute. All right, and then we're going to take our Poppy Parade. This is going to be like the, you can actually use ribbon if you want. This is going to be like the part that's going to go over top of it to seal it down even more. And then trim that off from the back. Okay, I'm going to use this other piece for the other one too. Okay, so there's the card. So cute, right? So you can see the little peak of the gold through there, of the curtain fold. And then for my pool party set, oh, we got to do my little kernels here too with the daffodil. Let me get that back out. We got to add butter to the popcorn. Just using my blending brush and adding a little bit of daffodil to the outside edges of my popcorn. You can see how they're all different, right? Okay. Now I'm going to get my Memento ink. This one I'm going to stamp pop, pop, pop on the circle, but I'm going to first kind of get an idea where this is going to sit before I put them down permanently. And we're just going to stamp pop, pop, pop. And then we're going to pop him up on dimensionals, right? I want to put that seam where the yellow and the poppy are connecting with the dimensional. Just going to put him over to the side. And then we're going to put adhesive on the back of that circle. Remember, we cut his feet and his glasses out of this circle here. And then the dimensionals, I'm going to put the dimensionals on either side. So it's kind of staying away from the curtain fold because it's going to make it kind of poochy on one side. So whatever, however your popcorn is sitting, put it on either side, not top and bottom. I'm going to put this right here. So cute. All right, and then we're going to put this. Let me see, I think I just put adhesive on it, on the daffodil. Put my basic black. He is so cute. Oh wait, I gotta trim this down here a little bit more on this side. See my yellow. Ooh, this is gonna be stick. Oh, I better not cut that. That's the edge of my fold right there. All right, that's better. All right. Okay, and then I use these embellishments here. These are the low profile sparkle dots. These were on special last month. Hopefully you got them. I'm going to use the larger ones around the top. And then I took a couple of the smaller ones. These are the, I think these are the Darling Duckling. And then the smaller ones fit just a couple in the larger popcorn guy kernels. And it gives it like a 3D kernel here. It's all about the details, right? So cute. See how it makes the popcorn look like it's 3D? So cute. All right. That is it for the single fold of the curtain fold. And then if you cut it the way I said, this is going to make your second curtain fold. So you're going to get 2 out of that one piece of 4x10. Awesome. That's even better. Oh, wait, we got to finish the inside. Oh, and I got to put my popcorn up here. Can't forget the popcorn. I'm going to put 2 popcorn kernels up top. Put one right here. Oh, wait, I got to move my embellishments now. We'll put those back on after I put my popcorn back on. Put my popcorn on. And we'll put this one over here. See, he's a little bit skinnier. There we go. Now it's done. So cute. So cute. All right, now let's finish the inside. So this is going to say, no one's better than you, but I want to make sure it's stamping straight. Yep, looks pretty good. Before I stamp it, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. I don't want to smear the black with the yellow, so I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow butter to the inside of my panel and then stamp it in the center, and then pop this other kernel up on the inside. There. Then that's going to go on the inside of the card. No one's better than you. It's adorable. So that's your single curtain fold or drapery fold, right? Okay, now the next one, we're not going to stamp the popcorn guy because I've already got them over here. So let me get them out. So I got one popcorn guy and 3 kernels again, right? So let's do our, I got my daffodil already open, so let's do our popcorn again. At least we ain't got to cut out the popcorn guy, right? Okay. And then here's my second card. Let me just do the white part of the inside as well, like we did the last time. So we can have all this done. Right? No one's better than you. No one's better than you. Put this on the inside. We're going backwards with this one. It's like we're making the same card twice. Same, but different. Right? All right, now this piece of designer paper, which is the Modern Christmas, brand new, and the Holiday Mini. This one is cut at 3 by 11. We gotta get our trimmer back out. Let me make sure. Yep, 3 by 11, yes. It's a miracle. All right, now this one is gonna be totally different. Let me see if I can refresh my memory. Okay, on the 3-inch side, make a pencil mark at 1.5. Okay, so this is 3 inches wide up at the top. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark a pencil mark at 1.5. So it's just gonna be in half. So remember, this is 3, so 1.5, and on the track, make a pencil mark, right? And you can go to the bottom with this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it over. It's still gonna be 1.5. So top and bottom, mark pencil mark at 1.5. Okay? And then at 5.5, around across the 11-inch side, that's half, we're gonna mark a pencil mark at 5.5 on the bottom. Okay? Now we're gonna score. Let me open up my arm here. All right, there's a lot of score lines for this. You guys ready? Okay, so we're gonna score at 1.5, 1.5, 2, don't cut, don't cut, don't cut. I'm very limited on this paper. Okay, so 1.5, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 9.5. Okay, do you want me to show those numbers again? Okay, scoring at 1.5, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9. After 8 is 9, and then 9.5. All right, now we're gonna find our 5.5-inch pencil mark right down here at the bottom, and we're gonna cut from that 5.5-inch point to that 1.5-inch point over here, and then do the same thing, 5.5, cut down to that 1.5. So we're gonna cut our angles here. So start at 5.5, line that up at 1.5 in the track. Okay, so 1.5's here, 5.5's right here. We're gonna cut. And we're gonna turn it, and we're gonna cut this way at, yeah, that's 5.5. So 5.5 right here, down to 1.5 down here. Can you guys see this? You're just doing another angle cut. So from 5.5 to 1.5. Hold on, I can't pull it up that far. 5.5 to 1.5 right there, cut. Okay, so now this is what your piece should look like. Okay? All right, now we're gonna start in the center where we have our 5-inch and our 6-inch. We're gonna take, I'm gonna start here on the, say, the 6-inch. So the 6-inch is kind of like where the 5.5-inch pencil mark is, because that's center. So we're gonna start folding. And again, like our other curtain fold, we're gonna fold back on itself. And then we're just gonna start folding accordion style. So fold back on the 6, and then you're gonna start accordion folding it. Okay? So this side looks like this. Let me get my bone fuller. You're gonna need Scotch tape for this one. Because this, well, maybe you won't, but I have this funny hand, so I feel like it's very cumbersome for me. Okay, then do the exact same folding on the 5-inch side. So this is our 5-inch score line right here. So we're gonna fold it back and then start folding accordion style. It's really easy with designer paper or your two-tone, I just want to make sure, two-tone cardstock. You could probably do this with cardstock, but it would be a lot thicker. See how these middle, the 6 and 5-inch score line meet up in the center? Do you see that? Let me show you this way. See that? it butts right up, which is nice. So fold all your score lines. Okay, I'm going to grab some Scotch tape. I'm just going to flip this over on the back side that I don't want showing out and lay it flat with my folds. And you're just going to put a piece of tape there just to hold it. It's still going to curl, but it's all right. When you're putting this on the card, you just want to make sure it's going to stay put in its shape. Okay, so there's your double gatefold card. And see how you can see the gold peeking out underneath the bottom again? Isn't that cute? All right, now let's take our yellow piece. Now this is going to be something different with this one. You're going to have to find the center of this. So now this Daffodil Delight is cut at 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 tall. So we're going to find the middle part on your 4-inch. So that's going to be pretty easy. So let me move up my grid paper. Well, actually I can, let me just get my trimmer so I can show you better there. All right, this is going to be the top, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So it's actually going to be my bottom. So this is 4 inches wide. So we're going to find the center, which is 2. And again, we're going to take our track and just make a little tiny pencil mark. But this is going to be the bottom, okay? I just marked it on the top to show you guys on my trimmer what I was doing. Okay, so here's my 2-inch pencil mark right there. Now this is where we're going to line this point up, that 5 1/2 inch point. You see that point right there in the center? We're going to line that up with that pencil mark. And that's going to be center of your card. Okay? It should cover up the pencil mark that we made at 2. So now I'm going to add my adhesive generously all over this curtain fold. Even the ends. I'll give you 2 options here on what you can do here. So we're going to take this 5 1/2 inch point right here. Line this up in the center at that 2-inch, right on the 4-inch. So that should be center. Now you could fold this over, fold it over really tight, or you can cut it off. I'm going to do both so I can show you. So you can cut it off, which it doesn't matter which way you do. Okay, so it's still going to look good. Nobody's going to know that that's behind there anyway. So fold it over or cut it off. Okay, that's your drape fold or your curtain fold. Now again, we're going to bring in the Poppy Parade. This is going to go over this piece right here. I'm going to go over a little bit onto each side so I can cut to trim that to fit. This popcorn set is all about the black, red, or Poppy Parade and the daffodil or the lemon lolly. Just because it's popcorn, right? Ta-da! That's a double fold. See how it cascades down? Isn't that beautiful? And you can see the gold peeking out just like the other one, right? All right, now this one we're going to do the larger circle. And again, I'm going to get my Pool Party just to kind of mute that white so much. Tone it down. And we're going to do exactly the same thing what we did with the last card. You guys want me to give away these 2 cards? I can give that away for a glitter spinner. Or would you rather have a embellishment? Let me know when you win. Right? All right, let's take my popcorn guy. You gotta put dimensionals on him. I always put 2 on. And then my popcorns. These popcorns are so cute when they're just in basic white and then you're sponging the edge for butter. They're so cute. All right. All right, let's put our, I'm not going to take the dimensionals off this. I'm going to kind of, again, just place him here, and then I'm going to stamp that pop, pop, pop. So one going off to the side, like going up, middle, and then down. Pop, pop, pop. It's so cute. We already did the inside, so we're ahead now, right? So let's go ahead and put the popcorn guy on. I kind of like putting him a little cockeyed. And then put this onto the basic black 3-inch circle. Dimensionals. Again, we're going to straddle the circle, not dimensionals on the curtain fold part, because that gets a little bulky there, right? All right, so we're going to put this right here. And then our kernels, let's put our kernels on first before I put the embellishments on this time. That's so cute. All right, embellishments. Take your pig tool. Hold on, there they are. Okay, I'm going to use a couple of the, well, 3 of the larger Darling Ducklings, or duckling embellishments, and then 2 or 3 of the larger kernels get the small little embellishment. I think that really makes it. Don't you? All right, we're going to put this onto the basic. Now remember, you can cut that or fold it over. But when you're folding it, kind of make sure you're getting it right on that daffodil. You know what I mean? You picking up what I'm laying down? I know you are. I love it. So cute. Wait till you see my thank you notes. We're going to make them next. I'm going to make one with you to show you how I did the straight fold for a little mini note card. So cute. I love it. Oh, we got to put our other popcorn on the inside. Here's this one. We'll put this one down here. You can put embellishments on there too. There's the double curtain fold. And then here's the single curtain fold. I love this black and white paper. Let me show you it because it's actually a Christmas design on a few of them, but most of them are just black, white, and gold. So, of course, we have this design here, which I didn't bring the other. You've seen both sides of this one. So this is the paper. This is the modern Christmas. And then it's specialty because, whoa, you're going to get blinded by the beautiful gold and white on that one. And then you have the polka dots here. And then the back side is the beautiful black, white, and gold on this one. Ooh, it's so pretty. This one was the one I was going to use too for my popcorn card, but I changed it. I like that design too, and this design. This has got the gold into the little shapes. And then this one says fa la 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 la. Very cute and cursive-y. Back side, black, white, and gold. I love all the black and white paper. I love it. Oh, and then look at this one. This is probably a top favorite too. The stars, black and gold, and then black and white with the trees. So I really think this would probably be the only Christmas design, right? And the trees, but I mean, that doesn't really even have to be Christmas. This doesn't have to be Christmas. Yeah. Oh, well, this one's got to be Christmas. But look. You guys could color these in. So it could be whatever color blends you have. Like if you wanted to color them lemon lime twist or whatever. You could color the white piece and have the gold. See that? So you could color that too. It's a beautiful pack of paper. So that's what I used for my 2 cards today. Okay? Yay. All right, now let me see. What else was I going to... Oh, I was going to show you my thank you note. So let me clean up my mess here. Now, hopefully you guys seen the newsletter for those of you that subscribe, because I just designed my thank you notes this morning. I came down about 8:30 this morning and I was frantic. hectic, I say. So I was like, what am I going to do for my thank you notes? So just a heads up too, those that purchase from my husband for the 3D printing stuff, they also get a thank you note. So I signed a thank you note, and whatever my thank you notes are that month, that's what they get too. So if you are a customer and you order my husband's 3D printing, you might get a same thank you note. I don't do that intentionally, but I'm not keeping track. You know what I mean? Oh, and I gotta show, wait, let me show you these two. I made these two with the fall theme. I did not get pictures of these yet. I gotta take pictures and I'll post them on my my social media, my Facebook. I'll try to post them tomorrow. Okay? But aren't they pretty too? I used the early espresso, crumb cake, and then here. I think this is the Gather Together designer paper. This is not in the mini catalog. I think it's in the online exclusives. Hold on. Yes, it's right here. Gathering Together. Number 165969. This is a specialty paper too. Even though it looks like it's gold, I think they're listing it as champagne as the foil. It's so pretty, you guys. And then the Cajun Craze is the peekaboo color. So I will get these posted, okay? Very pretty. So I will show you those tomorrow on my Facebook. So hopefully you guys are following me over there. Okay, so here are my thank you notes. It took me a little bit to figure out the cut and the... But I did it. I sent it to my husband. He's like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. So look, it's a drapery fold and a thank you note card. And I'm using my favorite designer paper, the Timeless Plaid. I did not even check to see if this was current. I think it might be. But I love them. They're simple and easy enough for me to mass produce hundreds of them. So let me show you. Now I'm going to show you in a way that I would do them in my business. But just know that you're going to need a piece cut at 2 by 4.5. Okay? So, but I'm going to use this Timeless Plaid. And let me show you the colors. So I'm using Early Espresso. And I'm making them all color coordinated. So the 4 colors will either match one of the designs in the pack. So Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, Cloud Cover, and the Cajun Craze. Okay, so aren't they cute? Little curtain fold cards. It took me a little bit, but I figured it out. And I'm using Very Vanilla this month. So Very Vanilla is your standard cut for my thank you notes, which is 2 3/4 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You guys that are customers of mine, you guys know my thank you notes. I've been doing these for years, right? Cloud Cover is 2.5 by 4. And then I'm using another piece. Did I bring another piece? I need another piece of Very Vanilla. Let me go grab another piece of Very Vanilla. I got my 6x6 Timeless Plaid. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, Very Vanilla, 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so Very Vanilla is the choice for the base, so not basic white. And then this is the Timeless Plaid. I think this went with Lost Lagoon, but look how good it looks with the cloud cover. That looks good, right? I think so. And then I use my retired punches. I don't know if they are retired or not. 1.5 for the thanks. And that's from the Impressions of Bloom stamp set. I stamped that with the Early Espresso. And then I cut out the cloud cover or matching color of the cardstock with the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Okay, so 6x6 piece of designer paper. I'm just going to show you how I cut this when I'm making multiples. So we're going to cut this at 4 1/4 or sorry, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, and then I'm going to score this at 1, scoring 1, 1.5, 2.5, and 3. Okay, and then we're going to cut this at 2 inches. So I'm going to get 3 panels for my curtain fold for my thank you notes out of this one piece. So 2 inches, 2 inches, and then the last one is 2 inches. Okay, ta-da, that's it. Now, this end over here is a lot bigger, which I did make a mistake when I was making them up ahead a little bit earlier. This piece, let me see where my score lines are first. Hold on. There's one, there's one, there's one. All right, so this end right here where we scored it at 1 inch is the front of our drape, of our curtain. So we want to start at the 1 inch end. Down here, it's actually, yeah, 1.5 inches. So we don't want to do that end. We want to start folding on the 1 inch. Oh, we need to make cutter. Sorry, we didn't cut at an angle. And this is totally eyeballing it. But kind of like how we did that 5 inch and then we cut it at the 1.5. This is on a smaller scale. So you're going to start cutting at the 1 inch score line, which is right here. Let me really fold that so you can see it good. Actually, maybe on this side. No, I better not. I'll be confused. All right, so start cutting from the 1 inch score line up to this edge, and you could probably leave like a 3/4 or maybe an inch. I don't think it's really that important on how big of a, because see, this is going to be the end of our curtain fold. So you don't want to go all the way up to the point, because then your point over here is not going to be very big. So let me see how big this is. Yeah, it's about 3/4, about the width of my thumb, 3/4. So start cutting from the 1 inch side on the track here, and then go up. I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm going to angle cut that off. And I would do all of them the same way. Hold on, I got to see my score lines. I think this is the 1 inch. I got to make sure. Yes. Okay, so 1 inch here on the cut line, angle cut it. Let's do this one. This paper is kind of busy here. Yeah, this is the bigger end. So 1 inch is here, 1 inch on the cut line, go up about 3/4 from the top over here, and then angle cut. So I got 3 curtain folds right here for 3 thank you notes. I'm just gonna make one though with you, all right? And the size was 2 by 4.5. We're gonna actually have more hanging over on the 1/2 inch side, the 4.5. But I planned it that way because I want it to be cut exactly. And again, we're gonna fold it first going back and then fold it accordion fold. So there's my little drape or my little curtain. Isn't it cute? Now, the way I was doing these, because I had to make a whole bunch this morning, so I'm going to put my adhesive on the 1 inch side, cover that, and then this 1.5 inch side over here. And then just take it on the straight edge side and just go across the top. Now, my reasoning for just putting adhesive on the top is when you're folding it, it's going to stick at the top, but then it's going to like flare out at the bottom. You'll see on the card here. Hold on. Let me show you. So then we're going to take this edge here, line this up at the bottom of my Very Vanilla, the edge and the bottom edge. Press that down. Remember, we put adhesive on that side and on this side. So then fold it over and then press this down. See how that flares out there? I really like that look. All right, let me get my scissors. So now this is the extra. Now, I tried cutting it to 4 1/4, but I just felt like it was always off. because I always like cutting it to be exact, right? So there's my little mini thank you note with my curtain fold. Yay, I figured it out. And then we're going to put this onto the cloud cover. So pretty. And then all I did with this is I did the dimensionals just like we did the popcorn. I'm going to put the dimensional on the left and the right. Because again, this I want to be puffed up. So one dimensional on the left and the right of my thank you, or my thanks. And then this is going to go right over my curtain fold. And then this is going to go onto the very vanilla base. Okay, that's going to be my open. So then I got the pool cover, the cloud cover, and the very vanilla. Isn't that cute? I think it's so sweet. And then I incorporated the fun fold on that for the curtain. Right, so here's my other cloud cover. See, it's a different design, but it's the blues. So that's what I'm going to kind of figure out as I go when I'm making these for this month. And then the greens will be with the crumb cake. Because normally when I'm tracking your guys' orders, when you order from me, I keep track on what thank you note you guys get. So even when you guys place multiple orders, you might get 2 greens, but they might be different. Same, but different. And then the early espresso. And then the Cajun craze. There's a couple of different Cajun craze because here's the paper. Look at all this beautiful paper here. So look at all these designs. So I get to have fun picking out the ones that go with what. Ooh, the plaid. I love it. All right, so those are my choices for my thank you notes, but those are the color choices. And I picked them from the back of the pack of paper. So instead of boho blue, because that's retired, I went with the cloud cover, and it works perfectly. Okay, am I going to be able to get this back in the bag? I got to get back in the bag. It's a mess. Can she do it? Yes, she can. I also brought Griffey's numbers down, because you guys know I told you guys, oh, here's another Cajun craze. This is another Cajun craze. This is also Calypso Coral. So remember when I was telling you about Griffey can count to 100 and he broke he actually broke 2 of his numbers, and he told his mom, Jess, that Grandpa can fix it with his 3D printer. And he can use Grammy's glue that's in her room with her 2 TV pewters. Remember that last week? I love my thank you notes, you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you love them. They're so cute. Every month, seriously, I always think, am I going to outdo last month's? Last month's was the paintbrush, which I love that one. That one was pretty easy to do, to mass produce. All right, let me go through the stuff that I need to catch up you guys on. So these are the numbers. For those of you that have little grandbabies or great-grandbabies, there's a TV show that I think is called The Number Blocks. This is number 10. And he plays with these for hours and he watches the show. But this is the number 10 block, and you can see his number 10 popped off. It's supposed to be at the top of his head. So that's where Grammy's glue is going to come in. Grammy to the rescue for that. And then number 2, look how cute he is. He's lost a leg. So Grumps has got to fix a leg. I don't know. We told Griffey it might be a peg leg because he's only got 1 leg and 1 foot. So we're going to be doing the number hospital thing here shortly, seeing what we can come up with. But these are helping Griffey learn the numbers, and he can add, like, I mean, you can just give him like 3 plus 4. I mean, he knows his numbers, and he can count to 100. Jessie said she's starting multiplications now. So, 3 times 3 is 9. But for him to understand, you got to say 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, right? So it's the same but different. All right, so the mailmates. Let me update you guys on the mailmates. The mailmates, remember I was sending them out with 1 postage stamp. I have made an executive decision. I've only done that one other time since Richard has started this, and I trumped him. I've overridden his decision because I'm doing the mailing on this. So the mailmates, when I went to 3 of my post office, they all said it would cost 1 78-cent stamp to mail 1 mailmate. But some of you that have ordered them, I think there's a handful of you guys now that have gotten extra charged of 49 cents. And it seriously is like a hit and miss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start charging $1.27 to mail out 1, just to cover that. Okay, so it's $4 for a mailmate. Shipping for just 1 mailmate will be $1.27, and I can mail 2 of them together and do 2 postage stamps. So that would be $1, what did I say? $1.56. I think that's what, yeah, right here, $1.56 to send out 2. After 2, I gotta do like a package because it's gonna be way too thick. If you get 4, 6, some of you guys are ordering 20 at a time, that's definitely a package, okay? So for 1, it's $1.27, and for 2, it's $1.56, and the mailmates are $4, okay? So that's the update on the mailmates. We have lavender again, we've got it. It came in on Tuesday, yesterday. So we are playing catch up right now with all the lavender, the black holders and all that. So lavender is available right now. Also, I want to do a shout out to a lady. Her name is Sandy Albright. Sandy Albright, if you are listening to this video, can you text me at 248-670-6181. That's my cell phone number. I am getting your emails, but apparently you are not getting my emails. And you keep emailing me saying, did you get my email? And I keep emailing you back and it bounces back. So apparently you're not getting my emails for your order. So I need you to text me, okay? Text me at my cell phone number. It should be on my blog too. So this is for Sandy Albright. And then also when you guys are placing your orders, I understand that you want to post a comment under my blog or under the blog with the landing page with all the 3D items. But this is a public forum on my blog. I need you to privately email me here your order. Okay, so this is the easiest way to place your order. We do not have an Etsy shop or nothing. We have too much going on right now to take time to figure all that out. So right now, it's just a matter of you emailing me what items you want, what color, and your physical street address. And then also your payment form, if you like PayPal or Venmo. I will take a personal check, but it's taking a lot longer to get the check. So, but those are the 2 forms of payment that I prefer, Venmo or PayPal. And then just email me. Don't leave your order on my blog because I'm not checking my blog for orders. My orders are coming through my email. Because like I said, my blog is a public forum and I don't want to be sending you PayPal links and your address on my blog. You don't need to do all that. This is, just email me, all right? There's a reason. So email me here if you want any of the 3D items. Also, we are leaving on Tuesday of next week. Here, let me put my face back up. We are leaving on Tuesday for Salt Lake City. So, of course, I will not be shipping any orders on Tuesday and going forward till we get back, all right, the following week. So, if you want an order before we leave on Tuesday, try to get that placed before Tuesday because we get the orders turned out pretty good, except for the lavender, apparently. So, but we got all the colors. Baby pink and lavender were added last week. All right. So if you want anything, the black holders are $20. The glue holders are $5. The mini glue holders are $4. Can toppers are $4. The mailmates are $4. And the ribbon retainers, you get 3 for $9. And the 3 sizes and the 3 colors just depend on what you want. You can do small, medium, large, all the same color. You can do all medium, different colors. You can do whatever you want. But I just need to know this in your email, all right? Yes, that will make it a lot easier for me and for you. Because then I feel like we're going back and forth 25 times to get everybody's information. So, and then once you email me, I try to fill it as soon as possible. And then the next email you get from me is I give you an invoice on everything that you ordered, the prices and the shipping cost. I do the least expensive shipping. I go on the USPS website. If you guys want to check me on the shipping, you guys feel free to do that. I weigh it out on my scale and I get the shipping right from the website. So everything's on the up and up. I'm trying not to make so many trips to the post office, so I've kind of got it narrowed down now. I got it down. Seriously, I'm working it. So, and then also here's some Happy Mail I got from a lot of you guys. Thank you. When you guys are sending in your checks, you guys are sending me Happy Mail too. I love it. Thank you. All right, so let me show you some mail. So this is from my DDM, Shannon. I'm going to get to see her next week. I hit a milestone, so she was congratulating me on that. And then this card is from Cindy. She placed an order, sent a check. Thank you, Cindy, for your beautiful card. I love it. Purple, my favorite. So pretty. This card is from Lisa. I got your beautiful card. I think that's how you pronounce your name, Lisa. And all your orders went out today, right around lunchtime. I headed to the post office and dropped everything off. Okay? So thank you, Lisa, for your beautiful card. And then I got this card here from Charlotte. She sent us an anniversary card. You guys know we had our end of life ceremony. My husband's father was cremated back in December. And we just had his end of life ceremony. So we went to his special place that he requested. And I don't know, maybe many of you know that we were married on my father-in-law's birthday. So we've been married 36 years on August 31st. But we also decided to do the end of life ceremony on his birthday, which meant that was our anniversary too. So, but thank you, Charlotte, for your anniversary card. It's so cute. So cute. She made a really cute note here. She said, happy anniversary. You both are amazing individuals, but as a team, world, look out. See you both in October. She's coming to the retreat too. Thank you, Charlotte. I love the balloons. It's so cute. So, Richard got me these silver hoop earrings for our anniversary, and he got me these beautiful flowers. I'm going to see if I can bring my flowers over. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring them over really quick. Yes, I can. Yes. All right. I got them over here. These, now mind you, these flowers are, he got them on Saturday. So what is today? Wednesday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days, these roses. And they are stunning. They are so open and full. Oh my gosh. Look at these flowers, you guys. Aren't they beautiful? The yellow flowers, yellow roses, and then he got me a mixed bouquet of tiger lilies, sunflowers, roses in that one too. But the yellow ones are so beautiful. They're so full. Oh my gosh. They're absolutely beautiful. So he got me roses and a pair of hoop silver earrings. I love them. So, but thank you, honey. Also, now what else did I want to say? Share with you guys. We won't be live next Wednesday. I don't have anything recorded. Sorry, guys. I'm being pulled in many, many directions. But I know if I'm telling anybody, I know I'm talking to my glitter pit crew. You guys understand, right? You're going to show me some grace. I appreciate that. So then after we get back, then it's 2 weeks till the retreat. That's the final push. That's when I got to finalize everything, get everything lined up, get all the treats, get all the waters, and get everything ready for that. So thank you, Angie, Alicia, Sharon. Thank you, everybody. So, yeah, Yoli, I'll see you in a few weeks too, right, at the retreat. Thank you. All right, so then after the retreat on October 2nd, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have extra kits. So the extra kits, we're going to offer them 3 different ways. You guys know I talked about this once before. So the one kit is you want everything. So you want everything in the swag bag that you got if you attended the retreat. The other one is just the projects with the printable, or actually the PDF. And then also the third one is just the PDF. So all 3 will be available, I'm hoping very soon, because I'm going to try to get these kits packed with all the stuff for the swag bag, so I'll know exactly how many I have. And then I'll put them up on my shop. All right, first come, first serve. Sorry, I hate to do that. Thank you, Sharon. I know, he's such a great guy. So I'll keep you guys all updated on that, all right? So I will see you in 2 Wednesdays. If you guys have any questions, I'll have my cell phone, so just text me or let me know, email me or whatever. And then also, if you want anything 3D printed, let me know ASAP, all right? We get those sent out pretty quick. All right, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Be safe. Happy stamping in the new catalogs. Love you guys. Bye.